Hello and welcome to our first impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today we're taking a look at a free-to-play browser-based game. Just kidding, nope, today we're doing mobile game. Looking at Castle Clash. It's available on iOS and Android, being played on an iPad 2, I believe, to be specific. This is a bit of a strategy type game. You're gonna start the tutorial where basically you just go ahead and it shows you the battles. There is some PvP, not yet. We're going to do against the AI for a while. So the first thing you're going to notice is we've got some troops that we can summon. What's available is towards the bottom. And the way you drop them is you just click on a location. It will drop them in that spot. There will be times it matters where you deploy and times it doesn't. I found, at least at the beginning, it's always best to just swarm, send everything you got all the time. But you can only assume that there's going to be times where there's going to be more intelligent placement, but you can see it right now. Here's what I lost, here's what my opponent lost. You go and you loot them, you get some resources, usually golden mana. So, now that we've seen the tutorial, the intro, how the battles work, we get to go ahead and play through some of the just basics. So, we have troops. We get to summon more troops. We also are going to look at the campaign. And in this case, I'm dropping them over here. There's nothing really to worry about. There are turrets. And I found it's pretty obvious you want to drop away from turrets. And then here we're going to go in, we're going to raid them. You destroy all their buildings, you can see available loot. Gold, and mana, and then reputation, which will allow you to do certain things eventually. And I've taken everything, now I just got to take that reputation. So I'm starting with 30,000 gold and some mana. There is a bit of an energy system too, I believe I saw. No, but we do have a speed-up system. The crystals are speed-up. You start with 100, so you got quite a bit to start off with. Although if you spend them all, you get some free-to-play games with our microtransactions. But we're going to go ahead and check the resource nodes. These are the ones that allow you to gain resources. Just click them occasionally, you'll get some extra. Although, if they pool up, can your opponents steal them? That would be awkward. Alright, so we want new guys. What I'm doing here is, you saw it cost 30,000 gold. That wasn't right. That was to upgrade. There we go. So we... Oh, 30,000 gold is how to level it up again. So I'm leveling them up to one tier. It costs 1,000. 30,000 to upgrade another tier. You only have 30,000 gold to start with, so obviously I'm not going any higher than that. You can get a bunch of different guys, and right now what I'm doing is queuing up a bunch of different upgrades, unlocking guys. It does cost gems, but you saw we start with 100, so let's spend them. Let's get some new stuff. We got a pyromancer, we got an archer a second ago. We're gonna get a treant. Probably not Treebeard. Maybe the next tier will be. That means at the army camp we can now summon new guys. Right there, there we go. So they cost mana to summon, and then gold to learn. So mana is your resource for basically summoning, whereas gold is your research and upgrades. You can also upgrade all of your buildings. I can upgrade the armor camp, which will have some various effects, including eventually upgrading what I can do with it. Looks like also possibly faster training. There, I can train immediately, just burning through my crystals early on. Alright, now that I've learned how to use these buildings, get new guys, you can see I'm queuing up a bunch. I've reached the max that I can queue, because that is one of the things you can do with the army camp, is increase your queue, so I can level it up again, make it bigger. Can also upgrade in my resource gathering, probably important. Most strategy games, macro is important, so you always want to increase your resource collection. You can also build other buildings. You can move your buildings throughout your base, and you probably want to move them strategically. Like watchtowers. I'm going to want to keep my stuff near watchtowers. You can see the area it's guarding, and then I can just kind of do that. Put it between my two collection nodes. I can move my other buildings near it so it's protected by it. And then, well, let's go ahead and look at a couple more things. First, we'll take what we learned and go to the next dungeons. You can see there are, looks like 130 dungeons, and 1 through 16 is right here. So right now you can see this is one of the times where I'm probably going to want to drop somewhere else. There's a watchtower towards the front. I'm going to go from the back. So I'm just clicking, clicking, clicking. All my guys come out. That means all of his units are going to come towards this, so I can fight the watchtower when there's no units. That way my guys attack together. You cannot directly control your guys from what I've seen. You can just control where they go by dropping them in certain areas. Also, you can see guys that have died. They leave gravestones. At the end of the battle, it'll go ahead and it'll show us who lost what. There goes the watchtower. Now I'm just pillaging his mana. And there we go. So I lost a couple of guys, he lost a handful. And there we go. So now, let's check out some of the other things. Pushing the rest of the interface buttons. So right here, you can see we have our login rewards and also achievements. So as we earn achievements, we'll earn more gems as well. You can also earn more gems. I mean, it's a free-to-play game, so you can do microtransactions. You can see all the different buildings available. We can buy new resource nodes too. So looks like the opposite one required. So I need gold to build a mana mill and mana for gold, so you can up those too. And resource collection is going to be important. Click the game, check it out. It's available on iOS and Android for the content. Stay tuned for more from MMO Play. I think I need more builders.